Hello, Karin here on behalf of Makers Mercantile with the top 5 things to look for in today's newsletter. So we're going to go right off the bat and start with our spring cleaning. And unfortunately, we have 2 more yarns that we are saying goodbye to. One of them is SimpliAir. That is this one here, SimpliAir. There you can actually see what it looks like closer up. It is a alpaca and nylon boucle. Now it's predominantly alpaca. It's like 81% alpaca. So the nylon that's in there is only to hold the boucle together. It's a very, very fine yarn. It's a lace weight. You get 220 yards on this little 25-gram ball. So it goes an awful long way. Now you don't have to use it for lace though. You could use it double-stranded. Take 2 colors, create yourself a hat or something like that. Lots of different ways to use it. And these are the 6 colors that it comes in. So there's, let's see if I can separate them. There's 3 that are in the black and gray family. And by the way, they're all natural colors, and 3 that are in the brown family. So all of those on sale right now until they're gone, 30% off. And I'm going to share a pattern with you on that in just a moment. But let me first introduce the other yarn that is going out, and that is Drape. And it is a 100% rayon yarn that has about 305 yards to a 100-gram hank. So that puts it in at more like a sport weight, I guess you could say. We have a couple of pieces behind me that were knitted. This one here was knit on a US it says a US 6 or a US 4 needle, and this one was knit on a US 6 needle. But this one looks a lot tighter than this one actually does. This pattern, by the way, the t-shirt pattern that you see here is called the Bulletin, and it's by Lila Raven. And this here is called the Color Blocked, and it is by Kate Davies. So this has 3 different colors in it. The colors shown are 4009, 2020, and 4003. And this is a beautiful, beautiful long piece. And actually, let me take this off so you can see how wonderful the actual drape of this fabric is. I mean, I'm sure you can see it here, but you can also see it in this beautiful, beautiful shawl. So those are our 2 yarns that we have that are in our spring cleaning. We're just going to drape that over her for a minute. And then we also have this pattern. This is what I was referring to. This is called the Jennifer pullover or Jennifer sweater. It does have a tag on it. I actually want to hold it up though to the camera. I would like you to see it. If you look at that there, what makes this so special is there's a mixture of 2 different yarns in there. There's 1 strand of drape and 1 strand of the SimpliAir. Now, most people wouldn't think of mixing those 2, but if you mix the 2, you get the perfect sweater, because the SimpliAir tends to be very, very warm and yet very, very fluffy. So it makes you look very, very jolly. And the drape is extremely drapey and very, very fluid and flows. And if you mix the 2, I think you just get the perfect type of sweater. And you could mix any different colors that you want. So those 2 colors, I believe, are these 2 that are, oh, no, she used a gray, something like that. But I could see, you know, if you wanted to do something earthier, these 2 colors would go great. Or you could use the light pink and the light gray. That would really be awesome. There's so many different choices that you could do between the 2 yarns. And the pattern, by the way, is going to be our gift. It's going to, you'll get it for free. I think it's for the next week or 2. You'll have to look in the newsletter. It'll say exactly down there. As long as you purchase the drape and the SimpliAir that's necessary to go with it. Okay, let's move right along. We have a Mother's Day gift, and that is, if you don't know what to get your mother, how about increasing her stash? We have these beautiful little boxes here that are in the Pantone colors of the year, and on the inside we have our Makers Mercantile gift card. So we will give you a $50 gift card for the price of a $45 gift card. We'll toss in the box and we'll send it to your mother for free. So for $45, you get a $50 gift card, you get this beautiful box, and we send it to your mother for free. So if you're looking for a great gift for mom, take this into consideration. Make sure that you purchase it by May 4th in order for us to get it to mom on time. And this is also while supplies last. I'm not sure how many we have in stock, but when they're gone, they are gone. So there's that. Then we have a pre-order going on for a new book called 52 Weeks of Shawls. It is from the same publisher that created the 52 Weeks of Socks. So if you are familiar with that, it is a book chock full of shawls this time by 52 designers throughout the world, a lot of them renowned designers. And although you probably can't knit one a week, it would give you a substantial amount of shawl patterns to knit. Anyways, we're taking pre-orders. We'll be shipping those probably the first half of May, as long as we get our shipment in on time. And so if you want one ahead, or you want to get it booked ahead, get it now. For those of you who keep missing out on the 10 years in the making, we got another shipment in again. These just sell out whenever they come in. So this is Kate Davies' newest book, has a lot of great patterns in it, and it's called 10 Years in the Making. So we do have those in stock as well. I'm looking at my list here. I put in a little blurb about bulletin boards. I've been redoing my office and I wasn't very happy looking at my, cork board. And so I just went out on the floor, picked a fabric, threw the cork board on the fabric, used a staple gun and stapled it to the back, and voila, my Staples, cork board looks pretty good now, and I actually like it. So if you are, thinking about doing a little renovating in your house or something, why don't you start with one of your bulletin boards if you have any, or for a kid's room, for the kitchen, wherever you carry your bulletin board or have a bulletin board, why not just cover it with fabric? And you don't have to do fancy detail work with ribbons and all this other stuff. You can just put that fabric, put the board down on the fabric, pull it to the back, and the back is usually corked too, and then just staple it right in there, and voila, you're finished. So there's that. And then we also have some coconut buttons that we're featuring this week. There's a photo of those up here too. Sorry, I don't have them in front of me, but coconut buttons are great for several reasons. Number one, machine wash, tumble dry. That's great. If you think about it, coconuts, they are in the open air. They get rained on through thunderstorms, all that other stuff. And then they get exposed to the high heat because they're grown in warm climates. So those buttons go through, those coconuts go through a lot, and thus the buttons can go through a lot as well. Also, they're very sustainable. Most of our coconut buttons do come from Panama, and Panama has a huge production of coconut milk and coconut meat and everything else. So they have a substantial amount of shell, and it's like, what do you do with the shell? Well, they make buttons, and we buy those buttons. So we do have a whole array of coconut buttons available, but we just have a few featured in our newsletter this week. Now we have one more thing that I'd like to mention, and that is we have a brand new weaving class coming online. Yay! I know everybody keeps asking for weaving classes. This one is on the log cabin pattern on a rigid heddle loom. It's going to be on May 15th. So if you're interested in that, log on, click down below and sign up for it. So that is all that I'm going to go over today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It is the weekend. I will not be here next week, so Kyle is going to be filling in for me, and he is always having a good time. So I'm sure you will enjoy his company on Tuesday and Friday, and then I will see you again in 10 days. In the meantime, stay safe, be kind to someone, get some creativity in, and just enjoy yourself. Ciao.